Have you ever felt that confusing, simultaneously beautiful and painful feeling of remembering someone who moves you? A flutter in your stomach? A smile that slips out unintentionally just thinking about them? And soon after, that tightness in your chest when reality hits and you remember that, to them, you're just a friend. It doesn't choose age. It doesn't choose timing. It just happens, suddenly. Loving someone who doesn't love you back is one of the hardest experiences we can go through. And after 60, it seems to hurt even more because we start to believe we don't have much time to waste, that every chance at love should work out. When it doesn't, the heart feels weary, as if it were impossible to start over. But if you'll allow me, I wanted us to talk about this today. Slowly, without judgment, like someone having coffee together to vent. Because I know the pain exists, but it doesn't have to own your story. This pain you feel now isn't the end. On the contrary, it can be just the beginning of a beautiful process of discovery. Loving unrequitedly may seem like a tragedy for the heart, but it's also proof that you're still alive, that your heart still beats strongly, still believes, still allows itself to feel. Some people, out of fear, choose not to love anymore, hardening themselves inside. Not you. You felt. You allowed your heart to shine. This isn't failure, it's courage. And courage is one of the most beautiful things a person can have. I often think about the story of Mr. Francisco, whom I met in the walking group. He fell in love with a neighbor. Every time he talked about her, his eyes lit up. She liked him too, laughed at his jokes, invited him for coffee. But she never stopped being sincere. She said she only wanted friendship. Even so, he insisted on small gestures, flowers, chocolates, phone calls just to hear her voice. Until one day, she took a deep breath and said, "Francisco, you're a sweet man, but I feel nothing but friendship." He said he felt as if the ground beneath his feet had disappeared. He spent days without wanting to go out, without hunger, without sleep. I remember well what I said to him that afternoon. "Francisco, the pain you feel now is just your heart remembering that it's alive. And that's beautiful. We only feel because there's still a flame burning inside us. And there's nothing more human than feeling. The problem is when we get too caught up in this flame and let it burn us inside. Because loving can't mean losing yourself. When someone makes it clear they only want friendship, the best way to love yourself is to accept and move on. And I know it's not easy. People always give simplistic advice as if we could just forget and that's it. But it's not like that. The heart doesn't work like a light switch. It needs time, patience, and care. Like a garden that's been trampled and now needs tender, loving care to bloom again. At this moment, you need to remember who you are beyond this story. You're not just someone who loves in silence. You're not just someone who's been rejected. You are so much more. You are the owner of a life full of stories, joys, learnings, and beautiful memories. Don't let this pain erase everything you've built so far. And remember, you didn't get to this point by chance. How much pain have you overcome? How many times have you thought you couldn't handle it, and yet here you are? What you're feeling now will pass. It will pass. Because it happens to everyone. You're not the only one who's experienced this. Millions of hearts have bled and then started beating again with ease. Yours will too. One way to start taking care of yourself is to occupy your mind with other things. Because when we're in this state, we keep mulling over every word, every smile, every gesture, trying to decipher signals that aren't there. It's like spinning a wheel without moving forward. So try something new. Rejoin that dance or walking group. Read a different book. Watch a light movie just to laugh. Call a friend you haven't spoken to in a while and invite them for coffee. Small gestures like these, little by little, help you see life beyond the pain. And please don't blame yourself. Don't fall into the trap of asking yourself, am I not good enough? Is it my age? Did I do something wrong? No, no, and no. Love doesn't work that way. There's no such thing as merit. Sometimes it's just not the right person. And that doesn't mean you're worthless, that you're not worthy of being loved. Don't let rejection become a sentence on your self-worth. You're still beautiful in your own way. You still have value. You still have a lot to live for. Look at yourself with affection. Be kind to yourself. Tell yourself what you would tell a friend in your place. Treat yourself like someone who deserves affection, because you do. Another thing that helps is writing. Grab a notebook or even a piece of loose-leaf paper and write everything you're feeling.
Don't worry about right or wrong. Write down your pain, longing, love, sadness, anger, frustration, everything. Then read it out loud. You'll notice that the pain lessens when we don't keep it bottled up. And if you feel like it, cry. Crying isn't a sign of weakness, quite the opposite. It's a sign that you're not hardening yourself inside. Tears cleanse the soul and allow the pain to flow. Don't try to appear stronger than you need to be. Allow yourself to feel. That's how you'll heal. It can also help to talk to someone you trust, a child, a friend, someone in your group. Sometimes just talking can make you feel lighter. Sharing the burden makes a difference. Don't carry it all alone. You may even, over time, choose to remain friends with the person you've fallen in love with. It may hurt a lot at first, and you may prefer to distance yourself for a while, and that's okay. Or you may be able to transform this feeling into friendly affection and continue to live with them. There's no right or wrong. There's only what's good for you. The important thing is not to close yourself off from the world. Don't harden your heart for fear of getting hurt again. Don't think it will never happen again. The heart is more resilient than you think. It may crack, but it doesn't break easily. It always rebuilds itself. I've heard so many stories of people finding new love after 60, 70, even 80, because love has no expiration date. It arrives when we least expect it, but it only happens to those who keep their hearts open. And while that right person waits for you, be your own best company. Go out for a coffee just for you. Wear your favorite outfit just to feel good. Do something you've always wanted to do. Rediscover who you are beyond love. Discover that you are enough for yourself. Don't settle for less than you deserve. Don't settle for crumbs. Don't beg for affection from someone who can't give you the love you seek. Respect your feelings, but also respect yourself. Because you deserve love. You deserve care. You deserve to be happy. No matter how many times you've been hurt, no matter how many years have passed, love can still come. And when it does, you'll be more prepared. Because you'll have learned that first and foremost, you must love yourself. Every time sadness hits, take a deep breath. Close your eyes and say to yourself, I am strong. I am capable. I am worthy of love, and I deserve to be happy. You deserve it. And never forget, you're not alone. I'm here with you, rooting for your heart. And it's curious how, when we're suffering for love, we forget how much we were able to rise up before. You've faced so much in this life. You've lost loved ones. You've dealt with illnesses. You've spent sleepless nights worrying about children or bills. You've worked hard to build everything you have. And here you are, whole. Or almost whole, because sometimes the heart feels like it's broken, I know. But even so, you're here, living. This is already a huge proof of your strength. That's why it's so important now to take a step back and breathe. You know that feeling that you're only happy if that person likes you? Well, that's not true. It's just our minds playing tricks on us. Happiness doesn't live in others, it lives within us. You're the one who builds your own peace. You have the power to look in the mirror and say, I am enough. I am loved for myself. I am my own company. I really like to think about Doña Irene's phrase, which I've told you before, but which deserves to be remembered. Give me your hand. It's so simple and yet so profound, because that's exactly what you need right now, to hold your own hand, to promise yourself that you won't abandon yourself, that you'll care for yourself with the same gentleness you'd want someone else to care for you. And it starts slowly, one step at a time. You don't have to change everything at once, nor pretend you're already fine. Take it slow. Start by doing small things just for you. Wake up and make your bed even if no one's around to see you. Take a slow shower, spray on some perfume, put on some clothes you like. Go for a walk without a destination, just to feel the breeze. Call a friend and arrange a casual coffee. Read that book that's been sitting on the shelf. Maybe none of this will excite you much at first. Maybe you'll do it all on autopilot. But keep at it, because in time, you'll feel lighter. The world will be colorful again. Your own company will be pleasant again. And don't forget, you don't need to be afraid of feeling sad. Sadness isn't your enemy. It's just there to show you care, that you have a heart. You don't need to pretend you don't feel anything, nor try to hide it with fake smiles. But you also don't need to let it own you. Sadness is like a visitor. It comes, stays a while, but then leaves. Another very common trap is guilt. Should I have insisted more? Should I have done things differently? Should I have said those things? Stop.
Don't torture yourself with these thoughts. You did what you could. There are no guarantees in love. It's about freedom. The other person also has the right to not feel the same way, and that doesn't diminish you. And what's more, don't compare your story to anyone else's. You might look around and think everyone has someone except you, but no one knows the truth of what's going on in another person's heart. Not every relationship is happy just because it seems so. Everyone has their own journey. Yours is unfolding the way it needs to. Trust that. I know many stories of people who rediscovered themselves after rejection. One man, for example, told me that after being rejected by a friend, he was devastated for months, until he decided to start walking in the park every day. Little by little, he felt better. One day in the park, he met a woman who also enjoyed walking. Today, they've been together for over 2 years. He always says, "If I hadn't gotten that no, I wouldn't have gotten to her." Another friend of mine went back to school after a disappointment. She took a crafts course, met new people, and had fun. Over time, her heart healed, and she no longer felt that pain that seemed unbearable. And this is important. Don't close the doors to new experiences just for fear of suffering again. Don't hide from the world. Don't harden your heart. I know we want to protect ourselves, to build walls around ourselves so no one can hurt us again, but walls that block pain also block joy from entering. You still have so much love to give, and so much to receive. Don't condemn yourself to living alone just because someone didn't want to be by your side. Don't let rejection convince you that you don't deserve it. You do. You deserve someone who will look at you and see how special you are. And when that person appears, you'll be stronger, because you'll have learned not to lose yourself to anyone. You'll have learned that you need to love yourself first. Until then, take care of yourself. Take care of your body, your mind, your spirit. Pray or meditate if that helps you. Take care of your health. Take care of your self-esteem. Remember, no one can give you what you don't allow yourself to give. I know it's scary sometimes, scared to try again, scared to get hurt again, but you don't have to rush. You don't have to rush to find someone just to avoid feeling alone. Learn to be comfortable in your own presence first. Learn to enjoy the silence. Learn to enjoy the peace that is yours alone. When you learn to be happy with yourself,
you'll realize you no longer accept less than you deserve. You no longer beg for crumbs of attention. You no longer beg for love where it doesn't exist. You'll learn to wait for someone who truly wants to walk alongside you in the same direction. And that day will come. Believe me. I remember Donna Marta, who always told me, after 60, we have to be even more courageous to allow ourselves to love. She's right. Don't let fear steal the best experiences in your life. Don't close your heart. Don't harden yourself just because you've been hurt. Every wound heals. Every pain passes. Every disappointment teaches. And you will see, life still has many surprises in store for you. So every time that pang in your chest returns, take a deep breath. Close your eyes and say, I am enough. I am sufficient. I deserve to be happy. And remember, you're not alone. You never have been. And I'm here rooting for your heart. And little by little, without you even realizing it, your heart begins to lighten. One day, you wake up and realize you don't think about that person as much anymore. The memories are still there, but they don't hurt as much anymore. The tightness in your chest gives way to a peaceful sigh. Your smile returns effortlessly. This doesn't mean you've completely forgotten or stopped caring. It just means you're healing. And that's when life begins to show you new possibilities. Sometimes it's when we stop desperately searching that things happen. When you take care of yourself, when you feel whole again, you make room for new people to arrive. You transmit a different energy, more lightness, more peace. And this attracts those who are also ready to share something beautiful with you. It's so common to hear stories like this. People who swore they'd never love again, and suddenly found someone special in a dance group, on a field trip, in a supermarket line. Because love arrives with no time or place. It appears suddenly, when you least expect it. So that's why I insist, don't close your heart. Don't tell yourself it's too late. It's not. Love has no expiration date. It has no age limit. It doesn't depend on appearance or status. What it needs is space. And only those who have the courage to keep their hearts open, despite the pain of the past, can feel it again. In the meantime, take care of yourself. Make yourself happy. Don't expect life to make sense only when someone shows up.
Go out for coffee just because you like it. Put on your best outfit just to feel good. Call a friend and tell a good joke. Take a walk, looking at the flowers around you, feeling the wind on your face. Because life doesn't stop being beautiful just because someone didn't choose you. And remember, every person who crosses your path, even if they don't stay, teaches you something. Sometimes they teach you patience. Sometimes they teach you to set boundaries. Sometimes they show you your own inner strength. Each of these lessons helps you grow. Don't see this story as a defeat. See it as another step forward in your journey. You're already stronger than before. You already know what you want and what you don't want. You already know you deserve more. You already know that even though you're hurt, your heart keeps beating, and that's beautiful. So now it's time to take new steps. Time to allow yourself. Time to remember all the beautiful things you still have to offer. Time to remember that you deserve someone who looks at you and sees you for who you truly are. A unique person, full of qualities, stories to tell, and affection to offer. And if that person hasn't shown up yet, that's okay, because you already have yourself. And you're already good company. You're already enough. So every time that sadness tries to convince you otherwise, take a deep breath and repeat to yourself, I am worthy of love. I am capable of happiness. I am not alone. And it really isn't, because there's always someone rooting for you. I, here, am rooting for your heart, rooting for you to have the courage to start over as many times as necessary, rooting for you to discover that it's never too late to be happy. Life after 60 can still be full of discoveries, joys, and choices. Don't let rejection make you forget this. Take care of your heart. It still has a lot to feel.
And please, if this conversation helped you, don't keep it to yourself. Share it with someone who's also going through this. Sometimes a kind word is just what someone needs to find strength. You're not alone. You never have been. And there are still so many beautiful things waiting for you. I believe in you. And I hope that one day you will believe in me too.